Today, we have another compilation of some crazy, pretty insane TikToks that it might change y'all reality, it might change y'all mind, it might change the way y'all think. Hey, I'm learning just as well as y'all learning, man. But one thing I ask y'all to do is keep it real with me, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If there's some stuff y'all don't agree on, some stuff I'm talking out the way, some stuff I'm not talking like I know, then just let me know down below. You know, I mean, y'all's my supporters, and at the end of the day, if I can't take what y'all say, then there's something wrong with me, you know. And I feel like if y'all want the best for me, to give me true, honest, and constructive criticism. You know, if I'm talking too much, if I'm saying too much stuff, then let me know so I can fix it and get it right for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if we can be friends, then you could tell me the truth. You don't got to hold your tongue because you feel like you going to make me mad because you won't, you know. But let's go and get to it right now, man. Make sure if y'all enjoy this video, that you get this video a huge thumbs up, man. Remember, the more likes this video get, the higher that it will rank. Let's get it. Let's go.
What if the Mandela effect could actually be proven? The Mandela effect is a phenomenon where millions of people remember past events differently from what they originally happened. For instance, the Monopoly guy using a monocle. A lot of people remember him using a monocle.
He did.
But apparently he never did. If you search it up, you'll see he never did.
No.
Same thing with this video. A lot of people remember the reporter being blonde.
Please.
I mean, I love our chances. You know, it's been on the field.
The thing is, there are a couple of people capturing the Mandela effect on camera, and it's the case with the thought police, who has been using an old phone to see somehow through a parallel dimension. This is what he recorded from the same video. You can see there, she's blonde.
Wow.
Officially, she was never blonde, but ChatGPT remembers Emily Austin actually being the woman from this commercial. So, this is where things get even stranger.
What?
A YouTube account captured the Mandela effect happening live. Check
Wow.
this
I
out.
hung this thing up. I got it a long time ago. My cousin painted that picture. It used to be hanging over here. I've decided to move it over there and put this over here just for the hell of it. I'm only bringing this up because until I had done those two things, things were normal inside of this room right here. So it's the night I did this, it was just a couple nights ago, that really weird stuff started to happen in that room, and things
Give me chills.
I thought I was going crazy. I thought I was seeing stuff. So I'm doing this video so you guys can see, and I'm gonna show it to you live. This book, this is one of my nephew's books. I'm gonna show you, as I pass through this doorway, what happens, and it's fucking weird. All right, it happens when it gets in the room. See it? And then back out here, normal.
What happens?
Yeah. What the fuck? Yeah. And then normal.
What is going on?
This just creeps me out, man.
I don't see nothing. Did y'all see something? I didn't see anything. Nothing happened with the book, but everybody is agreeing that that reporter was blind. I never probably seen that. I possibly was too young to even remember. I really wasn't watching too much baseball at the time. I was watching a lot of WWE, you know, but jumping off of refrigerators. But y'all let me know. But I definitely believe in the Mandela effect. I'm going to do probably just a segment on just Mandela effects, just to see if there's anything that we can remember, just even as a community, just to see if this stuff actually happens. It's a show called World of the Worlds, and it was a pretty crazy Mandela effect thing that went on, and you guys should watch it, and I highly recommend it. It's a TV show. It has like 4 seasons, so check it out.
For y'all people who don't know, when they had that alien meeting last week or a week before, 2 weeks, whatever, at that meeting they said that aliens were real, number one, and they also said non-humans, vampires, fairies, orcs, gnolls, cryptids, you know, that stuff you hear about in fairy tales and those folklore tales you heard growing up. They basically said in Congress, y'all know the people who make the laws for the country, that werewolves, vampires, and that was real. When they said non-humans. Non-humans. Let me repeat that so you can understand what I just said. Non-humans. So there are other beings around, and people are so worried about bills. These just told you, hey, you know all the movies you used to watch? Oh yeah, them based off of real life. Oh yeah, you remember all that stuff we showed you in comics, video games and stuff? Yeah, them real. In Congress, let me repeat that. Congress, the people who make your laws up. Not just people who say fallen angels or demons and angels. All of them is real. They're energy reflections in different forms, but the is real. Now it's not about if you believe it or not. It's real. It's just what you gonna do with the knowledge. Well, I'm gonna go pay my bill. It's gonna be a big with big feet stepping out this moon, and you talking about paying bill. There's gonna be some titans coming outside eating. You know what I mean? Type of deal. Attack on Titan type of deal. Cthulhu. Big Colossus looking rock monsters coming out. And people like, I'm trying to pay bill. Alright. It's going to be an energy-based currency. That's what's coming next. Energy. Everything is based off how you spend energy. People going to see real soon. All that with Bigfoot. Them are creatures that were alive before us. You're going to see all them cryptids. All them things y'all thought was jokes and folklore. And they said it in Congress. Let me repeat that. I gotta infer that to you. The people who make your laws. The people who, hey, all right, we're going to accept this law. Admitted that in court. In that hearing last week. Fairies, dryads, Arcturians, Acturians, Anunnaki, Greys, Alpha Draconian, all that is real. In Congress. What you gonna do with that?
Okay, he might be capping on her too. I'm gonna tell y'all why, okay? Because I watched that whole thing, and when they said something about non-human biologics, they were talking about reference to the aliens. But the guy said that he can't be too direct because he is under contract and he will get something could possibly happen to him for exposing what went on. But yes, that was true. The government did a hearing technically with three I guess they were like Area 51 or CIA agents or something like that. And they basically exposed the whole thing that aliens are real. And Mexico, not New Mexico, but Mexico came over and showcased the actual alien biologics that they have had for umpteen years. And supposedly that fossil is over 1,000 some years old, and they just always kept it, which is, it was like mummified. And it looks very weird. If you ask me, I watched the whole thing, but when I watched them at the hearing, when they said something about human biologics, non-human biologics to be direct, they were referencing to aliens. They didn't go into detail by saying if there were fairies or mythical creatures, vampires. They did not go into detail because the guy said he can't go into detail. When they asked him the question, they said, do y'all right now have any aliens? Basically is what they said. And he said, I really can't say what we have, but from our crash sites, we have recovered non-human biologics. So he was like, so y'all have something that is not human? And he said, yes, technically, yeah, we have something that is not human. And they was like, how do you know it's not human? And they just said, from biologics, we've run tests, we've seen it, and I think he said only have like 20% human DNA. But it's other than human, but it has 20% human DNA. And I don't think nothing on Earth has 20% human DNA. So that's what they were saying. And I'm telling y'all, bro, I be calling out this phony stuff, bro, because I hate when people get on here and make it seem like that they just these folks that just know airs. Oh, I got it all down packed. I dissected it, bro. I mean, if I'm false, then y'all can let me know, because I honestly don't remember. I can look it up right now if I'm mistaken. Like, I could have sworn that they didn't say nothing about no tooth fairies or nothing folklore. They definitely confirmed the aliens, though. I don't know. It seemed like his story is not adding up. He's somewhat making fun of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was non-human biologics, then why the things that you're talking about reverts to being human, just in different form? You see what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Remember when I did my series on exposing Oprah this same time last year? Where there has been some new developments based upon her shady dealings with John the God. He has been sentenced to 270 years for his crimes. Let me tell y'all what he has been convicted of. So I'm casually scrolling on my Twitter account and I come across this tweet.
Wow.
Oprah's spiritual healer has been sentenced to 99 years. It's now been updated 270 years, but this might be 99 years in addition,
Wow.
or whatever. After being found guilty of raping and abusing over 600 women and young girls. It goes on to say, young girls were reportedly held captive in a remote Brazil farm where they were forced to produce babies before being eliminated after 10 years of basically being forced to be breeders.
Wow.
Extremely sick, right? So if you guys remember correctly, this all began because I have a problem with the fact that Oprah did an entire episode based upon the accusations of Michael Jackson being a child molester, so on and so forth. And she never cleared his name and he was never formally convicted, but she did an entire episode of this.
Right.
If you look at this series, Oprah has chose to align herself with several shady, questionable characters, and she will never speak on it. She never spoke out about this. He has been convicted of this since 2018. This is a new development in the conviction. Oprah used her platform to promote him for years. The span of years. She has never formally spoke out against the wrongdoings of the people that she has aligned herself with, which makes me to believe that Oprah is a bird of the feather that be flocking
together.
Now you may be saying, Ashanti, this is not Oprah's responsibility. But I beg to differ because John of God was a guest on Oprah's show way back in 2006, right? This was the first time he made 2 public appearances on Oprah's show. 2011, he had 3 homicides attached to his name. That would be a whole nother video. If you want to know more about that, we'll talk about it. This happened to people who were unalived at a spiritual retreat, okay? So like, this man is just a horrible person. But then Oprah goes on to give him his own show on her network in 2013. So I want you guys to understand how she is like, and this is habitual. She continues to do this. If you guys check out the rest of these series, you will see this is just a small portion of the type of people that Oprah chooses to align herself with is very consistent. So it leads me to wonder, Oprah, how do you relate to these people?
That is true, because I was wondering it as well. If y'all guys was tuned into some of my old content, I did a reaction revolving around him, John the guy, and a video about the South African school, or the African school that she has. But it is weird to know how she aligns herself with people of this type of substance, even Epstein's and the things like that. But she never fully corrects it or never speaks on it, to where just even us as a community can have some ease, because looking at Oprah, she is one of the most influential black people on earth right now. Like, you hear Oprah, I'm pretty sure people in villages even know of Oprah. She's like on a Michael Jackson level of just even entertainment, right? I never heard her really speak of things like this, and especially now in today's society where knowing what just happened. This man, 600 women came forward. And I've heard a lot of bad, weird stuff about this guy. To know that she did, she definitely came from MJ. She definitely came from MJ and stuff about like that. And he was also a black dude. But the fact that she even went, and I'm saying this just even off experience. Anybody can say I'm wrong, but Oprah comes to a place like that to where women know that they're being held captive. I'm positive that some woman out of all the women was there, at least one had the urgent, at least the guts to speak up about what's really going on there. That is crazy to know. Dude got over 270 years, which is, he deserves the penalty if you ask me.
Have y'all heard the story about this crazy? This bottomless hole that never ends? Oh man, we finna get into it. So Mel Waters called into a radio station and claimed that he had a hole, well, he didn't claim, but he had a hole on his property, and the neighbors would dump trash into it, all types of large items that they were done with, and they've been doing it for like generations, and Mel finally wondered, like, why filling up? Like, what's going on? The hole's never filling up. and the dogs wouldn't go near it, and it would cause his radio to have like strange frequency issues and stuff. So he finally went out there. He got a fishing line. He threw the fishing line in. Nothing. Like, mind you, they never hear anything hit the bottom. He's tying more fishing lines, and it's never hitting the bottom. Now, when he called into the radio station, he called into the radio station. I guess the next day, government officials showed up to this man's house. Bro, do you know they section off this hole? He can't even go to it on his own property. I may do a part 2 to this because it's a whole mini documentary about this.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that documentary because that is crazy. Just imagine, like, if this was real, which is, it possibly could be real. I'm gonna do my research on it, but from what he was saying, that all of my fishers out there, because you know I'm finna call it out too, if people just sitting here making up stuff, right? I'm positive if you tie a fishing line, right, to the end of something, if it's 300 feet deep and you touch the bottom with a fishing line and a hook on the end, or even a metal, you're not finna hear anything, bro. If you put a light down there, because light travel faster than sound. You know, so if you put a light, you'll be able to really see. But I couldn't see him knowing, like, somebody didn't make any tapping noises. How are you going to put something down? That's like you going fishing, and the bottom of your fishing hook touch the ground. You're not finna hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he falsing on there, but I definitely believe that the government probably came and did some research on this hole, which is, it could possibly be something crazy if the government decided to block it off and not let him go to it on his own property. So that's something I couldn't believe, but I'm going to look more into this before I give my raw input. But I just have to call out an inconsistent part of his story within this, because you could throw a quarter down there, and if it's like really deep, you possibly won't hear it because the noise is not going to be loud enough for you to hear it at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Or am I just tripping, y'all? Because that's why most people put lights or lasers, because you'll be able to see that a lot faster than anything. But yeah, you know, I like to keep stuff real, raw, and uncut. You know, I'm not the type of guy, like I keep telling y'all, I'm not just finna just agree with stuff because I feel like they just I just want to make things seem more dangerous than what it is. But if it's fake, I'm gonna let you know it's fake, man. I just keep it real. And that's another thing I ask y'all to keep it real with me. If I'm tweaking it, just let me know. Like, I feel like personally, if we can't keep it real with each other, then we can't be friends, respectfully. I know a lot of y'all feel like that. Like, if I can't tell you when you're wrong and you get upset, then we don't need to be cool, like, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell y'all need to tell me if I'm wrong about something, then tell me. At the end of the day, like, that mean y'all my supporters. Y'all want the best for me. You know, don't just agree with what I'm saying just because y'all feel like I'm a YouTuber. Like, bro, tell me something about myself. You know, because sometimes I can be smelling myself, even though niggas smell good. But make sure if y'all enjoy this reaction video that you get this video a huge thumbs up, man. Remember, the more likes this video get, the higher that it will rank. So let's get this video number 1. I'm telling y'all, man, let's go ahead and inform more people about this, get people more in tune with their inner self about what's really going on, and we've changed the world, man. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. I love y'all, and on the next episode, I see y'all. I'm stuttering, but let's go.